John, give us a rundown about this cardiologist salary.
Right off the bat, you can see in red, this physician's dissatisfied, very dissatisfied with his or her compensation. You look at a cardiologist and what a typical cardiologist makes, and it's on the lower side. But then you look at their experience, and they've been in the market for 16 to 20 years. So they've been around for a while. They're not a new grad starting a position. They've been in the role quite some time. If you look at their schedule looks fairly good, but they're averaging 70 hours in a week. And if you look at the clinical setup, it looks like more like an academic setup. So I don't know if they're working partly with like the VA and they have a layover with one of the academic centers. I'm not sure. But when I see that they're working 70 hours a week and 60% is supposed to be clinical, I see 42 hours as clinical duties. And so first thing I'm thinking about is if this physician's, maybe a little overwhelmed with the schedule. And I know it talks about dissatisfied with their total compensation, but it doesn't say dissatisfied with their schedule. So maybe they're okay with the 70 hours. But this is one of those examples where I think a conversation is definitely warranted. Number one, it's in the 25th percentile. It's low for cardiologists, especially somebody in the market for this long. And on top of that, it doesn't appear to be a bonus potential for working all these additional hours. And I don't know if there's any layovers for, pay for the teaching or pay for the research or pay for any of the leadership roles that they're having there in the facility. And this is one of those when I look at and I see, we always talk about the time for money equation. And I see, the compensation is low on the lower end for a physician of cardiology in general. And then I look at the amount of work responsibilities and the duties, and it seems to be significantly on the high side, especially for somebody who seems to be flat pay. Now, if you have bonus potential and you're creating a lot of RVUs, then maybe it makes sense that you're working 70 hours a week. But for somebody who seems to be a flat salary, this is one of those physicians that I would highly encourage some type of discussion with the employer, yes, around the compensation, but also around the schedule and the pace of work, because that might be something that they could find time to adjust and tweak as well.
Yeah, I always get interested. I always get a little piqued interest when I see very dissatisfied because there's a story there and you have to dig into the numbers.